Hi everyone, my name's Robert Jenkinson and I'm a counsellor therapist working in New Zealand. I'm also a supervisor and a trainer of counsellors. And today I'm here to tell you about what's in this particular training about sexual abuse. Now what I've done is I've divided this training into two parts. The first one is about offenders. It's about how they work, how they think. And why I've done that is because if we're working with people who've been sexually abused, we need to know both sides of the story. Very often I've found in counsellor training, we learn about the survivors and what's happened for them, but I've always had lots of comments from counsellors and social workers and psychologists saying that if they knew the other side, they could be much more perceptive and much more accurate when working with their clients. So that's what I've done. So this first part one is about offenders. It's about how society, how we sexualize society, how we maintain the sexualization of culture. And so this training looks at the statistics of how many offenders we've got, what happens to them, how they think, how they groom people. And so by looking at this, you'll be able to much more accurately work with people who are in your care. Now, what I've done here is I've divided the training in this part one into 6 modules. And the first module is about our society, because very often I find individual people are focused on, when actually what we should also be looking at is how our society has become so sexualized, it actually maintains this level of abuse and predatory behavior. So module 1 is about that. Module 2 is about the statistics of how common this is in society. Module 3 shows about the effects of pornography, because that's often a main fuel for sexual offending of various kinds. Module 4 is about equating working with the sexual offenders with addiction. Now, I'm aware that not everybody agrees that the child molestation, sexual addiction of children is an addiction, but I believe there are so many similarities, whether it be sexual fantasies, whether it be feeling the urges, feeling the addiction kicking in, and I believe that is a key factor in working with sexual offenders. Because it gets to the point where, on one level, they find it difficult to stop or change what they're doing. And so the next module is about, well, what do we do about this? Because like many trainings I've had over, say, 25 years, we get told the theory around all this, but I've got a deep commitment to actually presenting you with actual activities. What do I do when I'm talking to someone with this particular difficulty? What do I do with them? What can I give them? What exercise can I use with them, which actually makes your work effective and actually changes the behavior of people? So that's a key point in this training. I give you examples of people I've worked with, and also activities you can actually do with them. So what you'll learn in this in this part 1 training is everything you will need to know about working with offenders, as well as what do you do if you're working with a victim of sexual abuse and they suddenly disclose that they've also offended against other people. So that's a very missing part I found in other education programs. So in this module, you'll learn both ways of how can I approach an offender and what do I do if the client I'm working with suddenly reveals I've also offended against others. So that's what this training will offer you.